Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, and welcome back to the Baseball Head, and hopefully you like this video and hit that subscribe button. As you know, the Mets did not make postseason due to the fact that a lot of the guys that they brought in at the trade deadline played terribly. I think they all played terribly. I think they were all terrible. I hope to never see any of these guys ever again. And when we go through this mesmerized, they did like so they revisited their performances. I think they were all bad, all of them. I don't know what's written here. A lot of times I'll read it, just get my own sort of honest reaction to what's written, and just give you my sense of things. But here we go. Revisiting the Mets' performance at the 2025 MLB Trade Deadline. Excuse me, still dealing with a cold here. So now it's cold. Disappointing end to the 2025 season for the New York Mets has been well documented. You think so? The disappointing end to the 2025 season for the New York Mets has been well documented. The team that once owned a league best 45-24 record not only didn't hold on to their division lead, but didn't even make the playoffs. All despite having a clear path to do so in the last day of the season. All they had to do was win the last game of the year. The offense didn't show up. It was 4-0. Following the disappointing season, a lot has been made of what exactly went wrong. One aspect that can certainly contribute to things, and something that President of Baseball Operations David Stearns himself confirmed in his postseason press conference, is that seemingly every move the team made at the deadline did not pan out. With that being said, let's take a look at that trade, July 31st trade deadline, and see exactly how all players involved in trades the Mets made that day fared, okay? We'll get a good idea what the Mets minor leaguers did. The Mets got, first deal was for Gregory Soto. The Mets gave up Wellington Aracena, and right-handed pitcher Cameron Forster. A few days before the official deadline, the Mets made their first move and went out and got much-needed help for the bullpen. Gregory Soto, left-handed reliever, was brought over from the Baltimore Orioles in exchange for a couple of pitching prospects. Soto posted 3.96 ERA, grossed 36, but it seemed like every time he pitched, it seemed like he pitched poorly. I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, he pitched poorly. You know, and there was a time I'm not even going to go through all the stuff, but if you watched him, you didn't feel confident. I'm not going to go through the numbers because I saw enough of the guy that he pitched terribly. Falling behind the count, same typical nonsense. That's why Jeremy Hefner got fired. These guys got him all fired. On the flip side, at the time of the deal, Wellington Aracena was the 15th ranked prospect in Mesmerizer's mid-season organizational prospects top 50 update. Meanwhile, Cameron Forster was unranked. Aracena, who had a 2.38 ERA across 64 and a third innings, with single-A St. Lucie prior to the deal, picked up right where he left off when he joined the Orioles. After a 23-inning run with Aberdeen, where he posted a 2.35 ERA, Aracena ended the season with 4 2/3 scoreless innings at the high A level. The 20-year-old was also ranked 29th in Baseball America's most recent Orioles top 30. However, a steady rise is expected if he keeps these types of performances up. Now, he was a pitcher that has come out of nowhere. He's one of these guys from the pitching lab that did really successful. Meanwhile, Forster 26 performed decently for Baltimore's AAA affiliate down the stretch. I don't think he's going to be much. This was not a good trade for the Mets, even though, they lost A.J. Minter. Once they lost Minter, that really killed them. Now, Brooks Riley pitched great. He's the one guy that pitched really well. Deal number 2, Tyler Rogers. If you look at Tyler Rogers' numbers, they look great on paper. But it seemed like every time he gave a pitch, it was in a big spot, and the Mets would lose the game. Another guy that pitched terribly. They gave up, let's go through it. To acquire Rogers, New York parted with one major leaguer and 2 prospects, one of which made his MLB debut by season's end with the Giants. 2 prospects, Drew Gilbert and Blade Tidwell, ranked 15th and 19th, respectively. The established major league was relief pitcher Jose Butto. Butto did not have a great attitude. I think that's why the Mets kind of got rid of him. His attitude was not the best. I know he wasn't too particularly pleasant to deal with at Mets Amazing Day back in January. Gilbert was once a top prospect in the Mets system as he was acquired in Justin Verlander. The trade hasn't quite been developing the minors how the Mets had hoped. As a result, they shipped him to San Francisco, where he went 7 for 14 at the plate the AAA Sacramento for getting called up to make his major league debut. Gilbert ended up getting a 100 at-bat run to end the year, where he slashed a disappointing 190, 246, 350 slugging percentage. Measures back up the poor play at the plate as his I'm not going to go through all this. But he did play decently in the field, though, as he posted a plus 2 outs above average and flashed a strong arm. He's got a great arm. He's probably going to be a right fielder. The jury's still out on him. He's really fallen as a prospect. Lasley Tidwell, who had a cup of coffee in the majors with the Mets prior to the deal, performed well at the AAA level with Sacramento after the deal. Over 18 innings, he struck out 24. I wasn't too impressed with him when I saw him. They'd given a grade of a B+, but if Tidwell doesn't pitch well, if Rogers doesn't pitch well in big spots, then that's a big waste of time. He'll be gone. Get him out of here. Deal number 3. Ryan Helsley. The Mets gave up Jesus Baez, Frank Alsalt, and Nate Dome. This was a disaster. This was a disaster of epic proportions. And it was so bad that Jeremy Hefner couldn't fix it. The magical Jeremy Hefner. The 7.30 ERA can even be looked upon as deceiving, as the veteran closer posted 7 scoreless innings to end the season. On his first 16 appearances with the Mets, Helsley threw 14 innings, allowed 22 hits, 20 runs, 16 earned, and 8 walks. That's over a 9 ERA, folks. Over that time, he saw his ERA rise from 2.75, I guess, for the season to 5.14. As a result, the Mets were no longer able to trust him. He killed the Mets season. The way he pitched, he's the number one reason why the Mets did not go to postseason. It was him. Of all the players that they brought in at the deadline, he was the guy that killed him. And they were making all kinds of excuses for him that, he was tipping his pitches. No, he wasn't getting his breaking ball over for a strike. And his fastball straight as an arrow. Jesus Baez struggled to move to St. Louis. Posted a 243 batting average, which was a large drop, and 682 OPS, and he had a 742 OPS with Brooklyn. He's going to be a major leaguer, I think. I don't know what kind, maybe a bench player. Nate Dome, a third-round pick in 24, struggled his time after the trade to the Cardinals organization after impressing greatly high at Brooklyn. Okay? Much like his counterpart, also struggled mightily after the deal as well. This was a disaster. I'm not even going to go do the final verdict. An F they gave him. And finally, Cedric Mullins. What a mess. What a mess. Again, this is a guy that he didn't hit. He didn't hit for power. He was a terrible outfielder. And they gave up 3 prospects. Nothing major. Anthony Nunez, who was an undrafted amateur free agent. Ramon Gomez was a guy that threw over 100 miles and I think 104 this year. And Chandler Marsh. Nunez was enduring a terrific season in the Mets system between high A and double A. Baltimore promoted the 23-year-old to the AAA level, where he appeared in 16 games at the bullpen and posted a 3.45 ERA. He's going to be in the majors, I think. Gomez, who was put in the spotlight early this year for touching 104 miles per hour, wasn't able to pitch after the deal due to injury. Okay. And Marsh threw 10 innings at the high A level for Aberdeen, posting a 1.80 ERA, and he's far away. This was not as bad as the Helsley deal, but the Mets brought him in here for good defense. They didn't get it. Didn't hit for power. Other than that, I guess he's a nice guy. But other than that, what a waste. A complete total waste. Every deal at the deadline was a mess. Every deal didn't work. I know people are going to say, Tyler Rogers' numbers are great. They look great. But the strikeout rate is under 4. 3.3 strikeouts per 9 innings. That is unheard of in today's game. And the way the Mets have played so poorly defensively this year, you didn't want a guy that was a contact guy. And that's what he was. And he was a disaster. An unmitigated disaster. Well, this video is not a disaster. Of course, please subscribe to Baseball. And of course, thank you for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you later.